Hello. In this video, I'm going to go over what these buttons are for. So I got this lens about a year ago, and when I got it, I noticed there are all these buttons or sliders on the side, and I had no idea what they're for. So I went to YouTube, didn't find much on it, ended up going to the manual. This video is going to go over what I found and what the buttons on the side of this these are for. So for those of you who are wondering, this is the Nikon 70-200. 70-200 VR2 ED. It's the most recent version of this lens. So to start, on the top, there's three positions on this slider: AM, MA, and M. So let's get the easy one out of the way first. M, that is manual focus. So you turn it there if you're just doing manual focus. Now the other two are the most confusing that I found out of all these buttons on the side here: AM and MA. AM is autofocus with manual override. MA is autofocus with manual override. The difference is with the AM, autofocus has a priority and the focus ring is less sensitive. So if you happen to bump it while you're doing something, while you're focusing, it's not going to knock it out of autofocus mode. You can still manual focus with it in AM, but you're kind of fighting against the autofocus motor when that happens. So if you want autofocus with manual assist, turn it to MA, and what this does is it still behaves the same way. You press the shutter release halfway down or the back button focus, and it works. It will autofocus the image. But as soon as you start turning this autofocus, turning the focus ring, autofocus is switched off, and then you're left to manual focus. You reset it by letting go, or either taking the picture or letting go and hitting that button again. So if you primarily rely on autofocus, AM. If you like autofocus but want to do a little manual tweaking, MA. The next option is the focus limiting switch. So on here you have two different options. One is 5 meter to infinity, the other one is full. 5 meter to infinity reduces focus time when the subject is more than 16 feet or 5 meters away. It doesn't work at all really for subjects less than 5 meters. So in this mode, 5 meter to infinity, there's a little bit of a faster autofocus time. Full works through the whole focus range, which is about 4.5 feet to infinity. Although with full on, it's still pretty fast. But if you are working with things that are further away than 16 feet or 5 meters, setting it to 5 meter to infinity may help a little bit. The next option is the VR off or on. So that's vibration reduction off or on. You can kind of figure out what each one of those buttons does. With VR on, to activate it, press the button down halfway or back button focus. Give it a second to stabilize, frame up, and then take your shot. There's two options at the bottom here, normal and active. So the manual says that normal reduces camera shake for photos and helps with smoother panning. The normal option can tell the difference between camera shake and panning. Active reduces more noticeable camera shake. In active mode, it does not distinguish the difference between panning or camera shake. So if you're going to be doing panning with your photos, you'll want to use the normal option. Also on active, the example they give where active could be used is shooting from a moving car. Active will be helpful there. So that's what the buttons are for. There's a couple other notes that I have here from the manual that I thought might be helpful. First, after pressing the shutter release button with your VR on, wait until the image in the viewfinder stabilizes. And you can see, if you pay attention, when you press the autofocus, the whole image will kind of stabilize when you're hand holding it with VR on. After it stabilizes, then do your framing and take the picture. Due to the characteristics of the vibration reduction mechanism, the image in the viewfinder may be blurred. This is normal. So if you have VR on and it looks a little blurry as you're taking the pictures, that's normal. The other thing they included in here is if you're on a tripod, turn VR off. Makes a lot of sense. If you're on a tripod, you probably don't need it. Now, if you're on a monopod where there might still be a little sway, then turn it back on. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you. More information can be found at tsrphoto.com and tsrphotoblog.com. I can also be found on Instagram at tsrphotos and on Twitter at tsrphoto. Thank you.